the most beautiful morning. The weather is absolutely gorgeous. This is quite hard walking through here. Oh, I can't believe how beautiful the weather is and the scenery. Ooh, very, very steep. I think this might be one of my favorite, most epic wild camp spots of all time. The first bit of drama. Hi, my name is Elli. I'm a long-distance hiker and backpacker. Enjoying a cup of coffee with a view is my absolute happy place. And this is Otto, an adopted stray dog, crisps lover, and the best hiking companion. Come join us as we explore the great outdoors, one trail at a time. In April of 2025, Otto and I set off on a long-distance hike that had been on my bucket list for years, the Skye Trail, an 80-mile-long walk across Scotland's Isle of Skye. This is part 2, where we walked from Camasunary to Portree. Good morning on day 3 on the Skye Trail. I know that I probably sound like a broken record, but it's the most beautiful morning. The weather is absolutely gorgeous again. I honestly can't believe my luck. It's so beautiful and so settled, and every day is like the day before, just unbroken sunshine, and yeah, I'm so happy. We had a really good night. It was so quiet and peaceful. There was no sound, nothing. It's just hearing the birds. There apparently are a couple of lapwings in the area that I now know from the sound they make, and yeah, it was just beautiful. Just a couple of sheep around the tent, munching away the grass, and just nothing apart from that. Just the sky, the sea, the mountains. It wasn't as cold as yesterday. I think it maybe dropped to 3 degrees, but not lower, I think. So yeah, it was just perfect. I'm having my coffee and porridge now, and then today we'll have a bit, I think, of an easier day. I think it's a bit more like scrambling, cliff walking to Camasunary Bay, to the bothy there where I initially wanted to stay yesterday. I think that's another 2 kilometers, and from there I think the path is going to be a bit more straightforward through the valley to Sligachan. I'm really sorry, that's probably not the right pronunciation, but yeah, whenever I see locals or talk to locals, I try to remember and ask them about the pronunciation of different villages, mountains, Munros, but yeah, obviously I can't ask everything that I want to know, so yeah, I try my best, but yeah, it's probably not the correct pronunciation. But yeah, that's, I think, from where we camped at right now, 10 miles, so a bit of a shorter day, an easier day. I think there's not going to be that much elevation, and then I've booked a campsite there. Life is good. I'm so happy, especially after the rather hard time we had in January and February with the weather, the conditions and everything. I'm just so happy. So I'm going to have my breakfast and then we're off. The only thing that's really sad is the shocking amount of plastic waste that's washed up on this beach and probably in the other bay as well, because that's over there, that's like the open Atlantic. There's not like another island or something like that nearby, so a lot of rubbish gets washed up here, and not just waste or old fishing nets, but just regular waste like bottle caps, And more bottle caps. One of those Kinder Surprise eggs. Another thing from a juice bottle. This is crazy and so sad. I think I'm going to collect a little bit of the rubbish and carry it out with me. But yeah, it's only a small amount. There's like even entire plastic canisters, water canisters down there. There's so much waste and even washed up over there. This is so sad to know that even if you collect an entire rubbish bag and carry it out, it will just be like a tiny drop. But still, I think every bit makes a difference, and yeah, if everyone collects a little bit of rubbish, then yeah, maybe there would be less, but obviously I know that doesn't solve the problem. There would just be more plastic waste being washed up. But yeah, I guess that's the world we live in, sadly. Look at that! He just came out of the tent and just went straight to sunbathing. I guess it's a good day for Otto as well. We had a slow morning. It's already almost 9 o'clock, so I'm going to get packed up. As always, we're leaving no trace, and let's go! Ooh, we are being watched. Wow, this is spectacular. Wow. This is very narrow and right on the edge. Ooh. But I think it's just for a couple of more meters, and then we're going to drop down there where the gate is, and then I think we'll be done with this bit harder stretch. This is Kamasunori Bay, and from this bay there are actually two route variations for the Skye Trail. One is going up and through the glen, through Glen Sligachan, basically this direction, pretty straightforward I think, and the other one is walking along the bay and then along this peak up there around the corner and then back on the other side. Both route options rejoin a bit later up the glen. But if you're walking this option, I think it's pretty epic, the views of the other bay that's behind there. But you also have to negotiate the quite notorious so-called bad step. I don't know if it's there or just around the corner. If I find a picture of it, I will put it here. But it's basically a short stretch where you have to walk along or over a basically crack in the wall. There's no real path. And there's basically just a small crack where you have to like balance over, and there's a like drop right down to the sea, and you have to handrail apparently another crack. I don't think it's very long, maybe just 10 meters, 15 meters, but with Otto obviously, yeah, that's I think not doable if it's like really small and I can't carry him. So I'm not doing that, but that's another option. That's probably pretty epic with the views, because you can walk around and see Loch Coruisk on the other side. But for us, we're going to walk down to the bothy and then up the glen there. Oh, look at Otto. He's so far ahead already. He's in such a good mood. Wow, this is epic. Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh, we've made it. This first little building, that's the bothy. I think I'm going to have a look inside. Wow, this is just gorgeous. Look at that. It's crazy the amount of rubbish that's washed up here as well. Wow. Oh, this is the bothy. Wow, it's really spacious. Wow, a lot of spaces. Probably at least 15, I would say. Yeah, probably at least 15, 16. This is actually something not to do, leaving food behind. Yeah, because obviously it will attract mice or rats, or it will go bad, something has to carry it out. Yeah, that's not something to do. It's a bit wet in this area, a bit boggy, but there still are a couple of really nice dry looking spots where you could pitch a tent. But I'm quite happy that we actually set up the tent in the bay before last night, because it was actually almost an hour, 55 minutes to get here, and yeah, some of it was very narrow where you need all your concentration, so yeah, I think it was the right call that I've made yesterday. I think Scotland really is Otto's favorite place for hikes, because it's so remote. You typically don't hear any noises. There's not a lot of livestock, so he can be a lot off the lead. There's no hunting in spring, so he doesn't hear anything that scares him. Oh, look at him. He's so happy. This is so cute. Oh, this is a really good path actually. I somehow just missed the start, but now perfect. Look at how beautiful this is. Oh, look at that. It's so perfect. Oh. Unpopular opinion maybe, but I've been thinking about that this morning and yesterday when I saw the Kulin Ridge. But I think a lot of people living in Germany, Austria, Switzerland, maybe France as well, that love hiking in the mountains, mountaineering, don't have the UK or Scotland in particular on their radar for a holiday hiking destination. I mean, there are a lot of Scotland fans in Germany and in France too, but especially people living in the Alps or near the Alps. And I know a lot of people that think that actually, that love mountaineering and yeah, doing like more technical stuff, that I don't know, somehow Scotland isn't really on their list. I mean, it's a long way, I get that. It's not as easily accessible if you're living in Austria or in the south of Germany. But I really think it also has to do with the fact that if you're looking on the map, like even the highest mountains around here are like 900, 1000 meters. And if you're just looking on the map, I think a lot of people are like bored and think, it's not really difficult, it's only 900 meters, because that's usually or most of the time where you would start a hike in the Alps, and then going up to 2000, 2500 and even higher. So I think if you're just like looking on the map, people think, okay, it's not really interesting for me, maybe it's nothing technical, it's basically just walking, hill walking, not real mountaineering. And I think people really underestimate the terrain in Scotland by just looking on the map, because if you're looking at this peak behind there, that's, I don't know exactly what it is, but as you can see, it's pretty steep. It's a rich walk probably to go up there. And there are a lot of those like really technical routes for Munros in the Highlands. And even though the terrain in total, like overall, is lower, but there are a lot of Munros that have like real alpine conditions and alpine terrain when it comes to the elevation, the technical grade and everything. But yeah, this just got me thinking, because if I tell people that I love Scotland and there's so much hill walking and even mountaineering to do, people tell me, yeah, but it's not that high, it's probably not interesting. But I think it's the opposite. Even if it's lower, doesn't mean that it's not technical. And for a couple of Munros, I think they're only accessible like with like proper rock climbing. And I think some of them are on the Coolin Ridge, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, just my 2 cents, I guess. There are a couple of areas that are still very, very wet, but for the most part it's pretty dry already. But doing this in bad weather would be quite hard, I think, in a couple of stretches at least. This is going to be the perfect spot for our lunch break. We're about halfway into today's stretch. This is probably one of those areas or one of those streams that would be definitely a bit more difficult to cross if in spade. So far I think it's definitely important to consider the weather before setting off for the Skye Trail, because it's not waymarked, and there are a couple of streams that could be quite wide and deep if in spades. So I think it would be definitely wise to check the weather, not just the weather when you're going, but also the weather in a couple of days before you set off, just to have a rough idea if rivers are probably going to be in spade or not. Wow, this is so stunning. Wow, this view. Not long now. Look at that. This down there is Sligachan. There's not a lot, as you can see, only the hotel. That maybe does food, I'm not sure. I will have a look if they are open. And then the campsite over there, which is not too far from the road. I hope it's not too noisy. But I'm really looking forward to having a shower and just a relaxed afternoon. It's still very early, it's only 3 p.m, not even, so perfect to get all my electronics charged, take a shower for Otto to have a really good rest, long rest, and perfect. Otto and I have made it to the campsite. I took a shower, feeling all fresh. And look at this view from the campsite. I mean, there is a road, it's a bit busy, but still the views are incredible. It's a really nice campsite. The facilities are a bit older, but apart from that, it's a really nice place. There are amazing views. There's a brewery, pub just over the street that serves food, and they serve coffee in the reception as well, like fresh coffee, really nice. They have laundry, charging options, free hair dryers, so yeah, the perfect place. It's right on trail too, so yeah, what's not to like? This is my dinner for tonight with a lot of protein, some red lentils, dehydrated soy chunks, and yeah, a bit of veggie broth, a couple of herbs and spices. And look at this view! This is it, the end of day 3 on the Skye Trail. Tomorrow we're going to walk to Portree and hit the halfway point somewhere between here and Portree, which is really, really exciting. I can't believe that we're almost halfway through the trail already, but there's some really great scenery coming up, and also the hardest days when it comes to the terrain and elevation. So yeah, I think it was great for us to have a bit of a shorter day today, just resting, enjoying the sunshine, having a shower. We'll go to bed now and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night! The most important piece of gear on this hike so far. Good morning everyone! On day 4 on the Skye Trail, we just left the campsite at Sligachan and we're on our way to Portree now. I'm a bit, not anxious, but maybe a bit nervous about today's stretch because it's a bit of a longer one depending on where we end up, where we wild camp. It's basically a stretch of 2 halves. For the first, I think 4 to 5 miles we're going to walk along the river. It's a bit like of marshy terrain, a bit boggy, a bit wet. And then for the second part we're going to have to do some road walking, and not just a little bit, but I think it's 11 or 13, something like that, kilometers on a small minor road. So I don't know if it's going to be hard on Otto's paws, and yeah, just how it's going to be. Ooh, our first river crossing of the day. Luckily there's not that much water at the moment, as you can see. Otherwise this probably wouldn't be too easy. Oh, I think he's afraid, even though the water is luckily not that deep. Oh, look at that! He's getting so good at finding his way through the water. Oh, cute! Otto! I think it's 18 or 19 kilometers to go to Portree, and then I'm planning to take a bit of a longer break there, get something to eat, resupply, and then my plan is to walk a bit further today to split the very hard and long day that we're going to have tomorrow, with a lot of elevation going over the Trotternish ridge. The weather again is just stunning. It's so settled, it's not too hot, it's just perfect. It was quite a cold night, there was frost on the tent, so it was below freezing, but apart from that it's just so beautiful. So let's go! Ooh, the path so far is a bit hit and miss. It's very indistinct, and you can really see that not a lot of people have hiked through here this year, this season, so it's quite hard to find the path actually. I hope it improves because it's been a bit slow going. And I think we probably should be a bit further up there. I mean, the good thing is we can't really get lost, because I can see on the map that it's not going higher up, but instead we're walking basically right along the coast. So as long as we're just heading this direction, keeping the sea, the loch on our right, we should be fine. But it's pretty boggy here, even though it didn't rain for at least 7 or even 8 days. There was no rain at all for over a week, but still it's very, very, very boggy. I'm a bit confused. I don't know. There should be a path, and I sometimes think like I can see one, but then it disappears. Obviously this path can also be from sheep just walking through here. I don't know, because even the Harvey's map show a distinct path, and then I think I'm on it, but then it just disappears. I don't know. This is very slow going now, very boggy. I don't know if it's just because it's early in the season, or I don't know. Oh, I hope it gets better soon, because this is quite hard walking through here. I think this is it. Oh yes, it was there all along. Oh shit. I was following the GPX track, but apparently the path has been there for a little while, probably as shown on the map. I hope it's going to be a bit smoother now. Look at those views. .5 kilometers down, and this is the beginning of this small minor road that we're going to walk along. So far the road walking has been pretty nice. I think I only saw one car, so perfect. I think this bench right there calls my name for our first little break. Look at that. Oh, this is beautiful. Ah! Yay! Almost 11 kilometers in. Still road walking, but luckily it's really not busy at all. I think we have about 7 kilometers to go to Portree, so yeah, really happy once we're done with this section. Ooh, and just like that, look at that over there. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but I can already see the Old Man of Store, where we're heading to tomorrow, and the iconic rock needle there. Ooh, this is so nice. We're getting closer and closer. This is the start of the Trotternish Ridge. Ooh, cool. And not too long to get to Portree either. We've finished this long stretch of road walking. The views were incredible, but to be honest, it was quite tiring. There wasn't really anything, no cafes, just 1 or 2 benches along the way, and yeah, just fenced off areas on both sides. So yeah, it was quite tiring. But apparently there is a footpath. Oh yeah, this looks great. That takes you to Portree, so that you don't have to walk along this very busy road. But I now really can't wait to get to Portree, to have some food, to buy some food, to have a coffee, to have a really long break. I think Otto's quite tired too, so I think we're going to take a bit of a longer break. This is so beautiful. Wow. The trail to Portree really feels a lot longer than it actually is. It just doesn't end, and the village doesn't seem to get any closer. Whew. This is also probably an area that can be submerged during high tide, so yeah, I think it's definitely wise to check the tide times. We've made it! It's already 2:30, but we've made it to Portree and we got our lunch. It's almost 4 p.m. now, and we had a really long break in Portree. We had some chips and I had a lemonade, and I refilled all my water, 3 liters, because I think for the rest of today I won't come across any more streams. It was a bit of a hard morning in total. I don't know, it just felt like it was going on and on and on forever. But now we're both feeling better and rested. I want to do another 5 kilometers, which I don't know if that's too ambitious. We'll see. It would be great to do some of the climbing today. So yeah, I'm trying. I mean, there's still plenty of time till sunset, so I'm trying to do 5 kilometers. I saw a spot on the map, like right on top, which would be perfect to wild camp, but I don't know if that's doable, if you can get there, if it's like grassy enough to put up a tent, but yeah, we'll see. This is very steep up there. I don't know, it's probably not going to go straight up but around the corner, but this is basically where we have to go, and I think maybe even further. Whew. But I really think it's going to be so worth it in this weather. I want to find a spot somewhere on top, and I think I'll have an amazing view over the Trotternish hills, and yeah, this, I think it's going to be so nice, but a bit of work to put into that. Ooh, very steep and quite hard. I think this is probably the steepest climb so far, because we've not climbed more than 100 meters, I think, at a time so far on the Skye Trail. Ooh, especially in the sun. Ooh, I think Otto is getting tired too, but I think it's not too long. This is so beautiful, look at that. Wow. Oh, I can't believe how beautiful the weather is and the scenery, look at that. Just these cliffs, rough and remote, and the Atlantic. Wow. We've made it. Look at that. Woo. Wow. Oh, I feel like I'm on top of the world. Woo. This was quite the walk, but so worth it. Look at that, it's a bit hazy. I don't think you can see it very well on camera, but this is the Old Manor store and I can see the needle. Oh, nice! Oh, now I'm going to set up the tent somewhere around here. There are a couple of quite flat spots, so yeah, should work out perfectly. Oh, I can't believe how stunning this is. I'm all set up and look at this. Isn't this just gorgeous? The sun's going to set over there And then tomorrow morning I will have this amazing view. And even behind me, look at that. What an incredible 360 view. It's a bit breezy, but nothing too bad. So a good test for the tent, and also the wind is going to drop later tonight. I think this might be one of my favorite, most epic wild camp spots of all time. Wow. Actually be very interesting to have one of those wind speed meter things. The forecast and even the mountain weather forecast said it should be around like 10 kilometers in gusts, 20 kilometers per hour. But this feels a bit more than that. But obviously you also tend to overestimate wind speed, so who knows. But it's a bit breezy up here and quite cold. But I think it should drop later tonight, so yeah, it should be okay, hopefully. Ooh, the first bit of drama on the Skye Trail. Because look at that, I actually moved the tent, not a lot, just like 5-10 meters down from the highest point. And now I'm a bit lower down in this little dip. I don't know, I just didn't trust the wind. It felt a lot stronger than all forecast things said. So yeah, I didn't want to take any risk, and I knew that we have a hard day tomorrow, so I want us to be rested. I wasn't afraid that the tent is going to break because it feels really sturdy, but it was just like the flapping around of the fabric. I just knew that I probably wouldn't have the best night up there. So instead I'm a bit lower down, but same view obviously, and look at the sunset. Isn't this just gorgeous? This is so beautiful. But better to have a bit of a calmer night. So yeah, it was a bit of drama because I didn't pack everything away. I just tried to like leave everything in the tent and move the tent, which was yeah a bit hard in the wind. This is dinner tonight. Usual mac and cheese, which is really tasty. I'm eating it out of the freezer bag. Typically I don't do that, or try to avoid it as much as possible, but yeah, I don't have enough water here to clean my pot, so yeah, I'm saving my water for drinking, for brushing my teeth, and yeah, so this will have to do. This is the end of day 4 on the Skye Trail, and to be honest, for us I think it was the hardest day. It was just like, it felt a lot longer. I think it was just 25 kilometers, which obviously is a lot. But I don't know, it just felt very long with the road walking. Then in the first part, the like boggy pathless section. And then in the end, when you're starting to get tired, this like really big climb out of Portree. I mean, it was really worth it. The views are incredible, and I'm really happy that I didn't go to the campsite in this weather and just enjoying the views, even though there was a bit of drama with the wind. But yeah, now it's a lot better, so yeah, should be fine. I think Otto and I were both pretty tired, so it's an early bedtime for us, and then tomorrow we'll have another very hard day. I think not the distance itself, I think it's around 21-22 kilometers maybe, but a lot of ascent. I think over 1200 meters. Basically we're going down now, then to the Old Man of Store, and then up the ridge, and then it's a ridge walk, going down, going up, going down, and there's apparently no real water there, so I will have to carry water for the entire day basically. This is going to be very interesting, but obviously the Old Man of Store and the Trotternish Ridge, they're incredible places. I've been there before, but it's been a couple of years ago, so I'm really excited to see it. I mean, it's one of the most scenic part of the entire trail, so yeah, really looking forward to that, and we'll see you tomorrow. Good night!